Hello everyone, welcome back to SFDC Panther. This is Amit, and in this video we are going to talk about what are macros inside Salesforce environment and how we can implement those. In the previous video we have talked about the quick text and we have seen how quick text can use to enhance and boost the productivity of our sales and service representative. So before we go ahead and actually implement the macros, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe the channel and also press the bell icon. Now let's quickly talk about what are macros. So macros are a set of instructions. We say that macros are a set of predefined instructions which are provided by our business and implemented by Salesforce admin in order to complete a certain task. That task can be selecting an email template and sending the email whenever you are on the case record detail page, or you wanted to send some updates to the customer related to that case, like your case has been closed, or here is the survey link, please take a time for filling out the survey, or you can update the case status, as well as you can also find the relevant attached knowledge article and send that knowledge article via email to the user can run a micro, and for that there are certain set of permissions which are required. Now let's talk about what are the prerequisites for macros in Salesforce. So the very first prerequisite for using macro is you must be there in the record page layout which is having feed enabled. When we say that feed enables, we must be having the component added inside the feed of our record detail page like case. Those actions can be sending an email, logging a call, or creating a new task, updating a case. These sort of actions must be present inside your record detail page where you wanted to use that. And in order to use the macros, we need to add the macro inside the utility of our application, and that utility can be your sales or service console application. There are certain steps that we need to perform to add the utility bar inside our application. We will see how we can add this mainly in the Lightning, and you can also do the same in the Salesforce Classic environment as well. There are some macros which are also known as irreversible macros. What are irreversible macros? Or like if you have performed certain actions using macros like sending an email or updating an action or updating a case record, those operations cannot be undone. That means if you have sent an email, you cannot unsend it. These are known as irreversible macros. Identify these in the Salesforce Classic. You will see the icon like this. In the Salesforce Lightning, you are going to see the icon like this. Whenever you see the icon like this, that means it is a irreversible macros which you cannot undo. We will talk about both reversible and irreversible macros in the demo. So this is a very brief introduction about the macros. Now let's quickly talk about how we can implement. So this is my Salesforce environment. What you need to do is the very first step is to enable the macro inside our Salesforce environment. So you might already have enabled this, and one prerequisite is that to use the macro inside your service console, you must need to have a service cloud license. So let's quickly enable the macro. For that, what we need to do is we need to type macro inside the quick search box, and we will see under the feature settings, under services, we will see macro settings. Go ahead and click on that link, and you will see the screen like this. You might see these are not checked for your case. If not, just go ahead, check this checkbox, which is for searching the macros for all the text fields. And then there is another checkbox which is saying that if you enable this checkbox, you will be able to create the folders for macros like we did in the quick action, as well as you will also be able to share those folders to the intended users whom you wanted to share with. Once you have checked this checkbox, go ahead and click on save. So this is the very first step for enabling the macros. Next step is go to the object manager and find the macro over here in the quick search box. And what we need to do is we need to visit to the page layouts and edit the page layout. and we will add a field called folder. If you have enabled the checkbox, the second checkbox, you will see there is a field called folder which will not be present by default inside your page layout. You need to drag and drop that field over here. Suppose that you will see something like this. You just need to go ahead and drag and drop the field wherever you want it to have. Go ahead and click on save. Once you have enabled and created the folder, what you need to do is just go ahead and click on this app launcher and search for macros. You will see the macros are here. Just go ahead, select those macros. Now here what we will do is, first thing that we will do is, we will create a folder inside for storing the macro. So let's quickly say that we have got a folder. So we will say that macros demo. This is the folder which we are creating. Go ahead and save it. Now you have got this folder over here. After creating the folder, what we will do is, we will again get back to the setup. So you can just right or click on this gear icon, click on this setup icon, and you will be here under the setup. And what we are going to do here is, we are going to find the app manager, and under the app manager we will see the list of all the applications. That can be a connected application or your lightning application. So what you need to do here is, you need to find lightning service console. This one, service console, is the name of application and the API name is lightning service. Go ahead, click on this drop down next to that application, click on edit. Once you have here, the select utility bars, here utility items desktop only, and click on add utility item, search for macros, go ahead and select it. You will be able to see only one macro because you have added one. I have added twice, I'm going to remove one. You will see the screen like this. Go ahead and click on save. Once you have got this, we are done with the macro enablement, creating the folder and adding the macro inside the utility bar of our service console application. Next thing what we will do is, in the app launcher, we will find service console and select this application. This is the default application which is provided by Salesforce. You don't need to worry about that, either that application is there or not. Now what we will do is, as you can see the utility bar on the left, you have got the macro. Just go ahead and click on this macro. I have created few of them over here. You might see a blank screen. You don't need to worry about that. Just go ahead and click on this plus icon. Now we send this reversible macro and we say that this macro will apply the email template to the case email action. Which object it is going to apply? So we have got, these are the multiple objects where we can apply these macros. So you can select that. By default, I'm going to select case. And for the folder, select the folder you have created, which is macros demo, and select folder. Click on go ahead save. Now we have got the macros over here. Now what we need to do is, we need to say, okay, we have got the macro. Now what are the actions? What are the instructions that we have talked about? So what we will do is, we'll click here, we'll say edit instructions. It is going to open a new window for you, and there we will be able to see, we will be able to select a case, and based on that case we will be able to add our reversible macro. So you can see here under the feed items, I have got all these cases like updating an action, logging a call, email, and then I also have got new tasks. So these all are the actions that I have added under my feed. You also need to make sure that you have got those actions. Once you have got those, if you hover over, you will see there is a plus icon. So we are going to send an email. So I'll click on this plus icon. As soon as I click on this email, you will see that there is the select email we have already selected. Now what we need to do is, we need to select an email template. So select the email template. As we are on the case, so let's quickly say that response, and select support case response. Again, these are the predefined email templates that you will find out. For the subject, what you need to do is, if you want to replace existing text, or you want to insert after existing text, or you want to insert before existing text, you can have that. So if you say insert before existing text, you will see whatever the subject is here, this text is going to append before that text. For body, what we are going to say is insert before existing text. So whatever is there, insert this before that. Okay. And now what you need to do is, that's it. Because we don't want to send. As soon as we click this here, if you see here, if you click on this action becomes irreversible action. If I don't click on send, that means I just apply the email template to the case email action, and I'm going to verify that if the email is looking good for me, I'm going to send it manually. We are not going to automate the process. That is why it is reversible action. Now there are some things you can see add logic. So you can also add the conditions. So let's say that I have got an action over here. I will say add conditions are all conditions are met. I will add one more condition. Here we will say that if case origin is equal to email, if that is the case, what we will do is we will basically add a task over here. So let's quickly add a task. We have got a task. So for the subject, I'm going to say let's select email. For the due date, let's say relative, and for relative we will say that a weekday from 2 weeks from today, and you can have assigned to is the owner, related to is the case, and that's it. If you want to have multiple groups, you can say add group. Okay, and you can have condition over here, say that you've got any condition is met, and you say that add condition case origin equal to web, and click on done. Then you can also add condition, say that priority, where is we have got, or say case status equals working, and done. So now what we have is, there is one if condition. Under if we also have got if case equals to email and any of these are, like case origin is web or case status is working, then do all these things. So we can just go ahead and remove this. We don't need those. If you wanted to have one more, you can just go ahead and say add not here. You can just go here and say add logic. It is going to have if. Okay, and then you can have like and condition. You say if case status equals working, then we can add instruction over here. What instruction? We can say log a call, and then call is there, comment is there. If you select this comment, in the comment field you will be able to choose your quick action that we have created earlier. So I'm going to say greeting, subject is going to be call, and we are done. So now what we have got is, we have got two actions over here. We've got if, we've got if. Under this if you want to add groupings, you can add the groupings. If you want to have the separate if conditions, you can have as well. So this is how basically you can create reversible actions with some sort of if else condition. Go ahead and save it. You have got this macro which is saved. Let's quickly get back to any case record and refresh this in order to have the updated macro over here. Now what we will do is, we'll say macro, we are here, we have got reversible macro, you can see the definition and all. We'll go ahead and click on run. As soon as we click on run, it is going to select the active case tab, that means the open the case which we are in. Then it is going to say condition not met, it is going to skip this, condition not met, it is also going to skip this. But if you see, the email has been, this condition has been successfully applied, and this is our email, and we can see here the case whatever we have got. Then this is the template we have got, and this is the email which was already there. And then you can just go ahead and click on send it is going to send an email to the customer, and you will be able to see under the emails as well. So this is just a very basic example of your reversible macro. Now if you want to create irreversible macros, we'll just go ahead and create one more. So we have created irreversible macro apply to case. Folder is going to be again the one which we have created, demo folder. We will go ahead and save it. Once we have saved this, we only are selecting the add to case tab. So we will again edit the instruction. And this time what we will do is we will also going to apply the instructions. Sorry, we are going to apply the email template. We are going to send an email. We are going to log a call as well. So we are here. What we will do is we'll select the email action. We'll select any random email template. So we'll say, let's say insert email template. And for email template, this time we will say we'll select support instead of response and all. So we'll let's say support. And from the support, which is for case, we can select any template which we wanted to have. For the demo purpose, we can have any sort of support. We'll say that, let's say that case response. This is the one email template. And we are going to have this like insert before existing text. And then we are also going to, this time we are going to add the submit action. So we add the submit action. That means it is a irreversible macro. Then we are also going to add one thing which is going to log a call. And this time we are going to select the, here we'll select call. So let's say call is mail, we have sent an email. Comment is we are going to use our quick action. So it is going to be the greeting one, and we are going to save it. So for call log a call, you can see we haven't added the submit action. So we'll also add a submit action for log a call as well. Not here for this action. Yeah. Now we have added this submit action for log a call as well. We'll go ahead, refresh this, sorry, save this, and we will again refresh the page in order to get our macro which is available over here or not. Now we have got every single thing. You can see over here. We will get back to the case again, and here under the case we have got this macro. Okay, and if you click on these macros, you will be able to see all your macros available over here. We have got irreversible macros. What we will do is we'll just go ahead and click on run, and as soon as it is going to run, you can see these are all the actions it is going to perform. First selecting the active case, then replacing and sending the email, then logging a call action as well. So you will see here it is going to change every single thing. As soon as it is there, you see here it is on the log a call now, and it has clicked on save. Our macro has been performed within a minute. We haven't done anything so far, and you will see these are all the logs which are being added over here.